Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the previous class, actually, we were discussing the type of problem that we usually face, okay, in trigonometry. So there are so many types of problem that we usually face. So today, let's start with this one. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. So first type of problem that we have discussed is that we receive such type of problems in which actually the squares means the power is in 4, means we usually find the problems in power 4. Okay, so if such type of problem we find there, then we what we usually do is we simply convert it into the square form, okay, by putting this one and then we solve this one. Okay, the step 2 is after converting this one, what we do actually here is we in the second step we eliminate the either cos theta or sin theta or whatever it is not given in the question. So here it is sin square theta, we need only sin square theta, so there is no use of this cos, so we eliminate this cos and then we start. Okay, so first type of now you understood this type of problems or still having some doubt?
No, sir, I understood.
You understood. Let's move further. Okay, so here is another type of problem that that we usually face. That is another type of problem, okay, is that if we have cot A upon tan B, okay, we have such type of problem that means we have A and B, then cot A and tan B, okay, and we have to prove that cot A into tan B. Okay, I have already taught you such type of problem, this means in which we are having A and B. Okay, so if we're having such type of problem, first of all, what we need to do is when we are having the cot A, cot B, okay, so you need to think that here one important thing is that when we are going to have the plus sign in between, okay, and or negative sign or plus sign, okay, in between, and actually we want to shift it without plus or minus, or in we want to convert it into the product side, means if there is a plus sign, okay, it is being given to us, but we want to convert it, means we want to remove this plus sign and we want to get it into the product sides, okay, product sign. So what we do is that we convert this sine theta into cos theta, means actually sorry, so we convert this one cot or tan in terms of sine and cos. Okay, what is this because how can it be remove this such type of problems, you need to understood here that when we take the LCM, generally it happens that this when multiplied with this and when this multiplied with this, the answer becomes generally same. The answer becomes generally same and it is being cancelled out, and this denominator will remain, and this denominator will convert the plus sign into the negatives, sorry, into the product sign. So I have taught you that sine theta upon cos theta is actually equals to tan theta, and reverse of this, cos theta upon sine theta is actually equals to cot theta. Got it? Got it? Cot theta upon sine
Yes,
theta
sir.
is actually equals to cot theta. Sorry, sine cos theta upon sine theta is equals to cot theta. Okay. So why we are doing this? You need to understand one thing. I'm going to repeat it again. That if we want to convert, if we are going to convert something, okay, from the negative sign, sorry, or plus sign or negative sign into the product sign, that in that case we generally convert the fractions into the numerator and denominator forms, and numerator and denominator form can be achieved by splitting this one in terms of cot theta can be converted into the sin theta, sorry, cos theta upon sin theta, and tan theta can be converted into sin theta upon cos theta. And similarly I write it like this way, and you need to keep in mind here that if A is there, then there will be A in both, means if it is being written cot A, then you have to write it cot A is equals to cos A upon sin A, and tan B is equals to you have to write here tan B is equals to sin B upon cos B. Okay, now since you see you are seeing here in the similar way, we can write here that will be cos B upon sin B, cos B upon sin B, okay, will be the value of this one, this cot B, cos B upon sin B, and this tan A will be equal to sin A upon cos A. Okay, got it? Got it? Or still having doubt?
Yes, sir.
Up to here you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when we took the LCM, we multiply these two. Why we are doing this, you have to keep in mind. Again, I'm telling you, I'm just teaching you right now that how to solve the trigonometric identities and why, which type of problems we are going to face. So this is a problem type number 2 that we generally face. in which we are going to have the plus sign, okay, and we are just converting it into the product sign. So in that case, we generally bring the this one that is being written in the plus or plus with plus sign. We have to convert this one into the numerator and denominator form so that it can be easily converted into the product form. Okay, so what we did here, we simply did, we multiply these two, okay, this is a 10b. Okay, so we write here cos a cos b. We cannot write here cos a into cos b cannot be equal to cos square a and b. You cannot write like this way, it will be incorrect. It will be written as same. Okay, it will be written as same. So we have to write here cos a. Let me give you. Okay, let me explain you here. So we write here cos a, okay, cos a into cos b plus sin a into sin b. When these multiplied with sin a sin b upon, when these get product, we will get here sin a into cos b. Okay, in the similar way, this one multiplied with this one, you will get cos b into cos a, and here sin a into sin b. This is a, okay, and again sin a sin b into cos a will be the same. Okay, so you are seeing that here, that is cos a into cos b, cos a into cos b plus sin a into sin b. Though the numerator is exactly same of both this one. So this will be cancelled out. This will be cancelled out, and you know that this will goes to the numerator. Okay, and this will become the denominator. So what will happen here in the next step is simple, that you can simply write here this like this way. Okay, that this one is the first numerator and this one is the denominator. So you are saying that 1 upon this sin a upon cos b, 1 upon sin a, sorry, into cos b is being divided by this term, means this whole term is being divided by this term. So I write it like this way to make it simple and easy to understand, that 1 upon sin a into cos b is being divided by this upon this. So you have write here this upon this. Okay, now what will happen, this sign will change into multiplication sign, and this will goes up, means this will reciprocal, and this will comes to this portion. So you will become sin b into cos a, this come here upon sin a upon cos b. Okay, now you have to bring this one cot a upon 10b. So you have to bring the a once upon the other. So this one is cos a upon sin a, and that is equals to cot a, you have written, into sin b upon cos b, that is equals to 10b. So you can write it, I wrote it like this way, cos a, this cos a come to this side and this comes to this side. The cos a upon sin b into sin b upon cos b. Okay, now this, the value of this one is actually cot a, and the value of this one is actually 10b. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
You understood
Yes, sir.
perfectly? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so please copy this one. Is the screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, done.
Okay. Okay. Tanishka, you have not sent me a mail so that I can send you the notes of the for the chapters. Means there is no connection between me and you. So because I have to send it this first to the Nishkarcha, then because Nishkarcha is actually out of the station these days. So if you send me the mail,
I'll send you after the class for sure.
okay. You have you written my mail address?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let's move further. Let's move further. So there is another type of problem that we usually face is that we have 1 plus cot a whole square, means we will be going to have this one, mean we will written 1 plus something, and then we will be going to have a square of this one, whole square. Okay. And another one we will be going to have this, and we will have going to have the whole square of this one. So whenever we will be going to have the whole square, then most of the time, if means if the identity is simply it is being given to you 1 plus cot a square plus 1 minus cot a square, so in that case most of the time you have to open the bracket by using the identity, that is a square plus b square. If it is plus, then you have to write here plus 2ab, and if it is minus, then you have to write a square plus b square minus of 2ab. So you have to open the identity. It means most of the problems can be easily solved when if the square is given to you. Okay. If the square is being given to you, then most of the time it happens, then you have to open this one. Okay. So if you open this one, you can easily solve this one. How can you solve this one? That when you open this one square is 1, cot whole square will be, cot square means you have to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So with this will be 1 plus cot square plus 2 into cot into 1, cot a into 1. So 1 into 1 is neglected here, so I write here only cot a. In the similar way, 1 square plus cot square, okay, plus cot square minus 2 into cot a. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, beta. So this one we have written here, and this one minus cot a, and this plus minus 2 cot a and plus 2 cot a will get cancelled out. Again we get here 2 plus something. Okay. Okay, got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again you are saying here that we can simply we can this you can take this, if this is 2 here, this is 2 here, and we can take the 2 as common. We can bring the 2 as common. Okay. 2 as common. When you bring the 2 as common, so this will become 1 plus cot square a. Actually we have the identity 1 plus cot square a, that is equals to cosec square a. And if it is not being something like we have the plus sign here, okay, and if it's something other that we don't have the identity like this one, we have that we can directly put it 1 plus cot square is equal to cosec square a. This is the identity that we can directly put here. But if it is not written, then in order to replace, because we don't need the plus sign here, so in order to replace the plus sign, we have to do one thing here, is that, dear student, that you have to convert this one into numerator and denominator form. Okay. Then in that case, most of the time the plus sign get removed. Okay. Got it?
So can you explain
You,
again?
yeah, I can explain you again. That you have seen up to here, you understood up to this point, or I have to explain it again from the starting?
No, I have understood up to this point.
Up to this point. So I have to I just take the 2 as common here. I just take the 2 as common here. Okay. Now I have taught you that since this one is the identity, we in the bracket we are having 1 plus cot square a, and 1 plus cot square is equal to cosec square a. In case if you don't know this identity, what you have done, what you would have done, what you have to do. So I have told you that dear student, that I have told you, Tanishka, that you need to convert this. If you are having a plus sign, then you have to convert this one into numerator and denominator form to remove this, because we don't need the plus sign here. Like in the previous question, I was teaching you that you were having plus sign and you don't need the plus sign here. So what you have done, you have to convert this one into numerator and denominator form. You have to split this one into numerator and denominator form. In the similar way, you have to do this one also in this form. Means if you don't know the identity, what you have done, if you don't know 1 plus cot square a is equal to cosec square, what would you have done? So you would have done, you like this, you would have done 1 plus cot square a in the form of numerator and denominator form. You can write here cos square a upon sine square a. Okay, you would have written it like this way. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have to take the LCM. 2 bracket, you would have to take sine square a, sine square a. This is, I have to write here theta, I have written here. So I have to write here a. Okay, now you have to take the LCM. 1 plus, sorry, when you take the LCM, this is 1, and when you have to multiply it here, beta. So you have to write it as sine square a plus cos square a bracket then you know, at least the student must know this value, that sin square a plus cos square is equals to 1. At least if he is doing the trigonometry, and if this is the basic identity, and if he know anything in the trigonometry, he must have known this one, that a this is 1 plus sin square a, sorry, sin square a plus cos square is equals to 1. So you would have written it like this way: 1 upon this, the whole value of this one is 1 upon sin square a, and the reciprocal of sine, everybody knows, that is cosec square. So 1 upon sin square theta is equals to 1 upon is equals to cosec square theta. Got it? So if we have written it like directly cosec square theta, because this is the identity, 1 plus cot square is equal to cosec square a. 1 plus cot square a is equals to cosec square a. This is the identity. And the second identity is 1 plus tan square a is equals to sec square. This is the another identity. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Still having some doubt?
No, sir.
No. So what we are studying right now? Tell me. We are not solving the problem first of the NCERT. Directly, we are not approaching them. What we have studied till here, and what we are studying right now is just what kind of problems we are facing. We will be going to face when we will be solving the problems. Okay. So these are the steps that we need to learn first, how to solve the problems. Okay. Then any problem that we cannot have, we don't have the limit of in trigonometry, so any problem can come. So how to deal with them? There are 4 to 5 steps. There are 4 to 5 problems that will going to help us, that if such type of problem come, we have to do these steps. If this type of problem come, then we have to do these steps. Got it? Or still having doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move further. So another type of problem that we will face is this. Again, here we have dot now, and we need the plus sign. So again, in order to convert from dot means product to plus sign, we again have to do the same step. We need to convert it into the numerator and denominator form. Okay, this is the same and the common step for both. If we need the plus sign, then we have to convert the, if you need to remove the plus sign, then we need to convert it into the numerator and denominator form. And again, if we need the from dot to plus sign means from product to plus sign, then we have to convert this one again into the numerator and denominator form. Got it? So generally cot theta and tan theta are generally converted into the numerator and denominator form. Okay, cosec theta can also be written in terms of signs. Actually, we need to convert this one in terms of sine and cos. That is more easy. Okay, so if this type of problem comes, then how will you deal such type of problems? You need to bring the first the positive sign here, and then what you need to do is you have to convert this one into product and so what you did here, actually you have to write this one. This is cos a. You have written here cos a because cos a is already in the in its simplest form. Cos a is the simplest form. How can you further split this one? You cannot split this one into numerator and denominator form. So it is already in the form in its numerator simpler forms. Cos a upon 1. You can write it. Okay. Dot is the product. Okay, upon cot a. How can you write the cot a? The value of cot a is actually cos a upon sin a. Cos a upon sin a. This is the value of cot a. Okay. Now, when you got it till yet, or still having some doubt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when you do this product, what you will get? You will get cos square a upon sin square a. Oh, sorry, cos square a upon sin a. When this is multiplied, this is a. So when it's multiplied, you will get cos square a. And this is when 1 is multiplied with sin, you will get sin a. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And in the similar way, this is already in its simplest form. Sin a is already in its simplest form. There is no need to change it. So you can write it 1 upon sin a. Okay, you can write it 1 upon 1 minus sin a. Means this is the second fraction. I have written this is the numerator and this is the denominator. Okay. So what you can do here is that this and this get multiplied, these get multiplied, and these get multiplied, and this will reach us to the numerator. So this is actually 1 in the numerator. Sorry, this is 1. So when 1 is being multiplied with cos square, and this one is multiplied with cos square a, so this will be cos square a. Okay. And
So
when
please
this
repeat the last step.
okay, I'm just repeating this one. So let me write it more simplified so that you can understand. Okay, just listen to me. This one you have up to here. You have got. Did you understood each and everything up to here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just we have multiplied these two. This will get cos square. We have multiplied these two. We got sin A. Okay, 1 into sin A we will get sin, because there is a product sign here. Okay, so numerator is multiplied with numerator and denominator is multiplied with denominator. In here, 1 minus sin A can be written as 1 this one 1 minus sin A upon 1. Okay, got it? Clear? So I have written this like this way. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now what I need to do here is that I simply if a number is written in this form, if a number is written in A upon B upon C upon D form, so this means that this will get multiplied with each other and this will get multiplied with each other, and this will become A into D upon B into C. Okay, got it? So when this one is A, this one is B, this one is C, this one is D. So A into D, what will be the answer? Cos square, because it is 1, D is 1. So A into D is cos square. Got it? And B into C would be sin A into 1 minus sin A, because this one and this one is going to multiply. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So now actually you need again the plus sign, and you need to keep in mind that you need the plus sign, you need the plus sign, you need the plus sign. Okay. So and here is no plus sign in between. Here is product. There is no plus sign. There is no plus sign. So how can you make this one again in a plus sign? So whenever you are seeing this one is cos square A, and you have to split in the form of plus and minus. So you can split it by using the identity, by using the simple identity that is cos square A is actually equals to 1 minus sin square A. And how you get it? You got it from here, that we have the identity sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So this cos square theta equals to 1 minus sin square theta. This will goes to that side and become minus. Got it? Got it? So cos square theta is
Yes,
equals
sir.
to 1 minus sin square theta. Okay, got it? So in place of this one, I have written this one. Why I'm writing this one? Tell me. Why I'm writing this one? Why I have changed this one?
Because
Yes, tell me. Because
we need a plus sign.
yes, we need a plus sign and there is no plus sign in between. Okay, so we have written like this way. Okay, and 1 minus sin A it is being written here. Okay, now you know that this is a negative sign. This is a negative sign. Actually, we need the plus sign, and you see that there is something. It is written in this one here 1 minus sin A, and this is 1 minus sin square A. So what will you do? What would you do? You can split it this one in the form of 1 square, 1 plus sin A and 1 minus sin A, by using the identity A plus B, sorry, A square minus B square. Got it?
Yes,
You
sir.
can,
So it
yeah,
will be stated by the identity A square minus B square. A minus B and A plus B.
I have to explain you this. You need to, you want that I should explain that identity also?
No, sir, I was just telling the answer that how
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah. This will be A square means this will be, you can write this one A square minus B square. You can write here. One is a 1, the square of 1 is 1. Actually, so we can write 1 as 1 square. So 1 plus sin A and 1 minus sin A upon sin A into 1 minus sin A. And since this one is in multiplication, this one is also in multiplication. So if something is written here 2 into 3 upon 4 into 3 or 2 into 3 upon 5 into 3. So you can simply cut this one, because this is a bracket and this is also a bracket. So these two are in multiplication. So this bracket and this bracket can easily be subtract. Oh, sorry, can be easily cut. Now the remainder we have 1 plus sin A upon sin A. Okay, now you actually need the cosec, and cosec is the reciprocal of sine. So what you need to do here is that this is very simple. Whenever you don't need the denominator. Here the denominator is not being required. So split these. 1 plus 1 upon sin A. You can write it like this way. 1, you can write 1 upon sin A, means this one can be splitted out. 1 plus sin A plus sine A upon sine A. So this sine A will get cancelled out. So this will become 1, and 1 upon sine A is actually cosec A. So cosec A plus 1. Got it? Got it?
So please repeat the last thing.
Okay. This is the thing that whenever this up to here you have understood, or you have to explain this one again?
Yes, sir, the down one.
Okay. So what you have written here, that you have written that this is 1 upon 1 plus sine A upon sine A. Okay. And actually we don't need the denominator. In our answer, there is no denominator. So we don't need the denominator. So what we do actually is that, and we actually have in our mind that if we split this, if something is written 2 plus 3 upon 5, so I can write it 2 upon 5 plus 3 upon 5. So in the similar way, I have written it like this way: 1 upon sine A and sine A upon sine A. So this sine A will get cancelled out. This will become 1, and 1 upon sine A is actually cosec A. So if I have written here cosec A plus 1. Okay, and this is what we need actually. Got it? Or still having some doubt?
Clear, sir.
Clear. So please copy this one.
Sir, written.
Written. Okay. Let's move further. Another type of problem that we will going to face is in the under root problem. Okay, under root type of problems. So when we will have the under root type of problems, what we need to do is actually is a rationalization. Do you know what is rationalization? Actually, if something is written in under root like this way, a plus b upon a minus b. So what is in the denominator? What is in the denominator? We multiplied it with the same, okay, by in such a way, if it is here is negative sign, then we will multiply it with a plus b. If it was plus, then we could have multiplied this one a minus b. Okay, so here it a minus b and a plus b, and similarly we have to multiply this one. So if we have the two terms, okay, a plus b upon a minus in the under root, then we usually do the rationalization. And in case of rationalization, what we actually did is whatever the sign is being given in the denominator, we generally multiplied the same with opposite sign. Okay, so in a similar way, if they are the three terms like a plus b minus c upon a minus b plus c. So what we will do actually here, what is in the third term generally, we generally multiplied it with this one. Okay, so what we do, we will write here a minus b minus c. If it is plus sign, and we multiplied it with minus. And the similar way, a plus b, a minus, whatever in the denominator we are multiplying, we have to multiply the same in the numerator also, a minus b minus c. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So
so
why
this
did we change the sign?
what are you asking?
Actually,
Why?
you have written a minus b minus c. So why didn't we change the sign of a minus b?
Okay, because of the rationalization, I'm going to tell you. Let me make it dark. Why I'm changing the sign is because when you multiply this one, actually most of the time it happens that this will become in a plus b into a minus b. This will become a plus b whole square, and in this one this will become a square minus b square. Okay, and most of the time it becomes 1 minus sine square theta, or become 1 minus cos square theta, because if it is plus, then other we have to multiply. So minus sign is fixed here. So in the numerator, we will generally get a square minus b square entity. And most of the time it happens that a is 1. And when we have a as 1, this will become a 1 minus cos square theta, 1 minus sine square theta. So the value of 1 minus sine square theta is actually cos square theta. The value of 1 minus cos square theta is equal to sine square theta. So again, this square will comes out. So in the above, we are going to have a plus b whole square. And in the denominator, we will get a term that is going to have c square in the numerator. So this will get out, means we will comes out from this under root, and we can write it a plus b upon c. Got it? Got it? What it was still having down? Let me explain you again. Should I explain you it again, or is it okay?
Only the last part, last
Oh,
under root.
okay. No, okay. So this one is that most of the time it happens then that when we multiply it, the upper will become in a whole square, numerator will become in a whole square, and in the denominator it become a square minus b square. And when we get, most of the time it happens that we will have a value a as 1 or b as 1. Okay, so when we have a as 1, we will get 1 square minus sin square. You can write it 1 minus sin square theta, and that is equals to cos square theta, and 1 minus sin cos square theta is equals to sin square theta. So this, if this is in the numerator, sorry, denominator, then we will get the sin square theta as a whole. If this is in the denominator, we will get the cos square theta as a whole. Okay, cos square theta as a whole. So if we were having the problem like this way, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta, okay, something like that, upon sin square theta in the under root. Sorry. What we have to do here is sin theta plus cos theta in the whole square upon sin square theta. So in it, if it is under root, so this will become actually what this will become. This will become sin theta plus cos theta upon sin theta when you remove the under root. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So actually you can write this one as a whole square. So this, if something is written like a square upon b square, so you can write here a upon b. If something is written a plus b whole square upon c square, so you can write here a plus b upon c. Sorry, it will remove from the under root and will become a plus b upon c. Got it? Or still having some doubt? Is it clear or clearly? If
So
you
your
have,
voice is breaking.
my voice is breaking. Okay.
Your voice was breaking.
Actually, this is from your and internet. Actually, my internet is working fine. There is no. Is there something written on your screen that your internet connection is not stable? Is such type of messages coming on your screen?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Is my signal is appearing you green or red? You can't see my signal, na?
No, sir.
Okay. So okay. And now the voice is clear or is still having some? It may
Yes,
have
sir.
some.
It's
Okay.
clear.
Now let's move further. So rationalization, we use rationalizations. If we have such type of problem, we will do the rationalizations. So what we will do in this problem? Tell me. We will multiply this one with 1 minus sin a in the numerator and the denominator because it is plus sign. So we will have to multiply this one with 1 minus. Okay, got it? And
Yes,
it is must that, sorry, it is must that we have to multiply. It is must that we, whatever we are multiplying in the denominator, the same will be multiplied in the denominator. Got it? There is no change in the whatever we are multiplying in the numerator, sorry, denominator, that must be multiplied the same with the numerator. So if I am multiplying this number with 1 minus sin a, then it should be multiplied with 1 minus sin a in the numerator also. Got it?
yes, sir.
Now you have to write here, what you have to write here is 1 minus sin square a upon cos square a. Got it? So you can write here, you can simply write here, okay? And you can bring this way 1 minus sin upon cos a. Okay, then what will happen here is now you can write here, this will become 1 minus sin and this will 1 minus sin and this will become 1 minus sin square a, because this term is same. So this will become a multiplied by a will give you a square. So this is a, this is a, so this will become 1 minus sin square a. Got it? So 1 minus sin whole square. Okay, okay. And it is
Yes, sir.
simple. This will be 1 plus sin a, 1 minus sin a. What will it give it to you? This will gives you a plus b, a minus b. So you can write here 1 square minus sin square. Okay. So this will be equivalent to 1 minus sin square a, and this will be equivalent to cos square a. Here did you get this value 1 minus sin square is equal to cos square a from this identity? Sin square a plus cos square a is equals to 1. So when this 1 minus when you get this one, when this will go to that side, this will become cos square a is actually equals to 1 minus sin square a. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So you have written this one. You have written this one here. Okay. You have written this one here instead of writing this one. You have written here cos square a. Okay. Now this is in whole square. This one is also in whole square. So actually cos square a is also equals to cos a whole square. Okay, this is also equals to. So you can write here like this way. This one 1 minus sin a whole square will be removed from the under root, and this one become cos square. When we remove the under root, so this whole square will goes out and this whole square will comes out. So this will become like this way. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now what we need to do here is that we don't need the denominator. What we did here, when we don't need the denominator, what we did here?
We split the terms.
We split the terms. Likewise, we have to split these terms also. And we don't need the denominator. What we did actually, we can write it 1 upon cos a and 1 minus sin a upon cos a. So 1 upon cos a minus 1 upon sin a. So 1 upon cos a is actually sec a. And sin a upon cos a is equals to tan a. So we need this one. We have got this one. Got it?
Yes.
Copy.
Done.
Done. Done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's move further. Okay, this is that problem. This is another type of problem that we face. We will be having something in the numerator. Okay. In the in numerator, we will be going to have a single term, and in denominator, we will be going to have the two terms, 2 or 3 terms actually, and this is not in the under root. So if we have such type of problems in which the numerator is going to have still a single term, and the denominator is actually is going to have the two terms. Okay, denominator is going to have the two terms. So in such type of problems, what we can do is actually we can solve the RHS and we'll bring it to equal this one, or we can solve 50% to this one and then we can solve the 50% to this one. And rest of the the two terms will become that will be equal to, means half of the RHS and half of the LHS will be equal. And here we can solve the problem like this way also. Okay. So what we need to do here in such type of problems when we are facing this problem, first of all, this is in the cos and cot, means we need to we cannot split this term. We cannot split this term because sin is also in its simplest form. Cos is also in its simplest form. So we cannot split this term, first of all. Secondly, you are finding here that you cannot write sin a upon 1 plus cos a as you cannot write like this way, sin a upon 1 plus sin a upon cos a. You cannot write like this way. Okay, sin upon 1 upon sin a upon cos a. You cannot write. This is not the mathematical rule. You cannot like this way. Okay, this will be incorrect. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we need to do here is we still do the rationalization. We will still do the rationalization. We generally do the rationalization in under root case, but still if we are having problem that we cannot split the numerator, we cannot split this one. How can we split? We cannot split this one since it is already written in its simplest form. So we cannot split these terms. So either you can start solving this side and you can bring this side equivalent to this one. Means you can solve this one. Just imagine this one is written in the LHS and this one is written in the RHS. So you can solve this one, okay, first, because you know these steps to solve this one. Okay, we can simply bring this one equivalent to this one. This can be also solved. This is also a way to solve this problem. Okay, but most of the student will like to solve this one. So if you face such type of problems, what we need to do here is that we still do the rationalization, because there is no step. We can't take any step here. We cannot split the numerator, we cannot split the denominator. It is already written in the form of sine and cos. Then what we can do? So here is only and only one step is either you start solving this portion and will bring this one to equivalent to this one, or you can start solving this one, okay, by using the rationalization method. Okay, so if I do it, this one is 1 plus cos a, so they multiplied this term with 1 minus cos a and 1 minus cos a in the numerator and denominator both. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So when you multiply this one, you will get 1 minus cos square a, because this one being a minus b, a plus b, a minus b. This will become 1 square minus cos is 1 square is 1 actually. So you can write here 1 minus cos square a. Now you can, and do not multiply this term inside. Let it be. First of all, let it be. Okay. Okay. So what you can write here is you have to return it. It's like this way, sine a into this we have multiplied. Let the numerator be same. Now you know that 1 minus cos square is equal to sine square a. We know this. We can bring this value from sine square a plus cos square a is equal to 1. So 1 minus cos square is the value is sine square. So I write right here. So what you can do here is that you can cut this one. Here is a square and there is only sine. So now you can write this one. Okay, that is 1 upon sine a, 1 upon cos a. Now still you know that 1 upon now this problem can be bring here. Okay, this will cancel out and still one sign is still remaining. So you can write 1 minus cos a upon sine a. So you can still, we don't need the denominator, we have to split the terms. So you will write here 1 upon sine a, 1 upon sine a minus 1 upon sine a minus cos a upon sine a. So you can write here 1 upon sine is actually cosec a minus cos a upon sine a is actually cot a. Okay, you can solve this one. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Got it. Okay. Now, if you start solving the LHS, then if you don't understood, you are not getting anything here, and if you are getting confused that how we can solve this type of problems. Okay, so start solving the problem from the left hand side. Okay, so by using by taking the RHS, by solving the problem from the RHS sides. Okay, so you can simply solve this one. So if I start solving this problem, let it be. Okay, I start solving this problem from this side. Okay, I start solving this problem. So what you need to do is you need the problems. Actually, you don't need the this negative sign in this one, or plus signs. It is simple that you have to first bring this one into the numerator and denominator form. Moreover, you don't need the cos, sec, you don't need the cot. So you need your answer in sine and cos. So this term can be converted in terms of sine by writing 1 upon sine, and this cot a, it can also be converted in terms of sine, sine and cos by using sine a as cos a upon sine a. Okay, you know very well this one.
Yes, sir.
So you can write here 1 upon sine a. Means cos a can be written as 1 upon sine a. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And similarly, the cot a can be written in like cos a upon sine a.
Yes, sir.
So you will take the sine a as a square, sine a as a LCM. Okay. So when you take the sine a as LCM, you can write it like this way. You can write it like this way: 1 minus cos a upon sine a. Okay. But you don't need this one. Actually, you still don't need this one. You need the 1 plus cos square a. Cos square a. You need 1 plus cos square a. just whenever you are thinking that you need 1 plus cos, 1 minus cos, something from the value of sine, from the value of sine, 1 plus cos, 1 minus cos, then you have to think a relation that sine square A plus cos square A is somewhat equal to 1. So here is something that we have 1 sine square cos, something is written here. Okay, means you can create your image that how can we bring the value of 1 plus cos from the value of sine. Okay, so you have to multiply it with sine in the denominator and the numerator also. Why we are multiplying? Why we are multiplying? Because this, by doing this, we can get this sine square A. And the value of sine square is 1 minus cos square A. We can get 1 minus cos square A. And in 1 minus cos square A, there is 1 plus cos square A, and there is 1, in 1 minus cos square A, there is actually 1 minus cos and 1 plus cos. In cos, when we are writing here 1 minus cos square A, don't think that it is only written as 1 minus cos square A. It is actually written as 1 plus cos and 1 minus cos. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know that this one is written this 1 minus cos and 1 you can write this one. So, okay, so we can get 1 plus cos. Actually, we need 1 plus cos in our answer. So it can be simplified by multiplying it with sine and cos. Sine and this is the rationalization terms. Okay, so this will become sine square A when you will write this one. When you multiply, let it be that I have written this one here and this one here. So this is the same in the numerator. We don't touch the numerator now. This is still same, and this sine square A can be written as 1 minus cos square A, and this can be further split. This can be further split into 1 minus cos A, 1 plus cos A, and this 1 minus cos A and 1 minus cos A will get cancelled out, and this will still become 1 plus cos A upon sin A, and that we have there. So we can solve a problem by using from left hand side to right hand side, and we can also solve the problem from right hand side to left hand side. It's our choice. Most of the time, when we got stuck in a problem, then try to change your method by using and try to solve the RHS. If you were solving the LHS, then start solving the RHS. Then you can get the problem. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So that's the all type of problem that we usually we will going to face. In the next class, we will be starting. We will going to start this solving. We will be going to start, and we will be solving the problems. Okay, by using simple methods, simple NCERT problems, then addition, then whatever the examples. Now we know the basic of the trigonometry, and if we know the basic of the trigonometry, then it is easier for us that we can understand this. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So should I end this class, because we have still 5 minutes to, but the topic is over. So we shall be going to start the mathematics in the problem. We shall be going to start the problem, solving the problems in the next class. Okay. Since we have done all the types of problems that we usually face, and in the next class we should deal with the problems. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now try to solve the problem of NCERT first, then think that will help you how to solve that problems. Okay, so try to practice
Okay,
to solve
sir.
this. Okay, in your homework, and in the next class we will deal with the problem. So that's all for today. Thanks for